While we're doing this.
Oh yeah, same. But yeah, we are live. So let's get into Evan. First one in the stream. A little shout out right there. He says, fellas. He fixed it after. Absolutely love the content. Look forward to Sundays every week. Appreciate that a ton, Evan. I got a couple dilemmas today. Okay, bring them on. So I'm assuming that's Derrick Henry. Okay, yeah, Derrick Henry at running back. So do we go Gibson, Salvin Ahmed, or CEH? Oof. So out of those options, it would come down, in my opinion, to Gibson versus CEH. I think CEH has a higher ceiling because of the matchup, while Gibson has a higher floor because of the touch baseline he should get. So are you looking for shooting for ceiling in this game? Or are you looking for just a steady, like, 15 touch guy who's pretty much guaranteed his work?
I'm probably going to go with CEH because Gibson is no sure thing in this game either, because we talked about this on the ranking show, but Gibson is a game script dependent running back because he doesn't get work on third down, and in obvious passing situations, they take him off the field in favor of JD McKissic. So I'll go with CEH just for the fact that they're coming out of their bye. I expect them to be like, man, we only ran the ball 38 times over the last 3 weeks before our bye. I think we need to get back to the ground game because it was something that the Chiefs were relying on heavily throughout the season before that. And I mean, people who owned Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce probably could have told you they might have been relying on it too much. So I think CEH is going to be in for an actual like workload that we're expecting to see out of CEH when we picked him in the first round. So I'm going to go with CEH slightly over Gibson. But if you can find a way to get Gibson into your flex, like that's probably solid too.
Like to tell you how close that is for me, I actually have Gibson at 15 and Clyde Edwards-Helaire at 16. So
I think I have him 13 and 17. So it's a bit different for me, but I don't mind playing Gibson either because he's still a guy who's going to get probably 15, 18 carries at least.
For sure. So then he said second, I already played DK. Now I'm going to roll with Ridley and Jefferson. Would you recommend Myers over either? Thanks so much. I appreciate it. Now, I know for you, like, it's easy. Those two are two top 12 receivers. So I agree, but it's actually closer for me between Jefferson and Myers than it would
Not
be
close for me. I have Jefferson in my top 10.
Yeah, no, like I would go with Jefferson, but I know it's like completely different for you when Myers, to me, is kind of, if he has another game where he has 8+ targets, I mean, he could be the next fucking like Jamison Crowder with like nobody talking about him, but he's just consistently getting work. But yeah, I would still go Jefferson over him because
I just saw Jared's comment. That's why I'm laughing.
Oh, yeah. The Cowboys can't cover a fly, so
I think we're looking at a different comment.
Oh,
I'm talking about Stash's Beard's comment.
Man, that's tough.
If I could grow a beard, I can assure you I would be wearing one, but I cannot grow a beard. So
yeah, I got to shave because I'm gonna leave the stash on for November, but I just haven't yet. Actually, wait, he said stashes over beards. I think Fitzpatrick already won that battle.
Yeah, that's facts. He said, am I related to Mike? No, I actually have heard now that a couple times people be like, you guys kind of look alike, but now we're just a bunch of
Mikey?
white dudes that talk about fantasy football. So
that's epic. Okay, Bobby Trees, DJ Charker, Jameson Crowder, Flex PPR. Pretty sure I know the answer, but I just want your opinion. And same team, Taylor. Is that Michael Thomas? Thomas. Michael?
I'm curious who that Thomas is.
Yeah.
I can't think of any other Thomas. Like, it's not Logan Thomas.
Yeah, you're not going to start Logan Thomas over AP.
So if that's your flex or whatever, like Jonathan Taylor, Thomas, I feel like we're just missing a completely obvious running back or something.
There's no running back named Thomas, only like Pierre Thomas from back in the day.
Yeah. I'll go with Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas is my wide receiver 5 on the week.
Yeah, I have Michael Thomas at wide receiver 5 as well. So there you go. Yeah, talking about it though, for the first part of the question, I would go with DJ Chark as the option.
Yeah, I would go with DJ Chark as well.
Yeah. Gotcha. Where did I leave off? Okay, here. What's up, guys? Cooks, Fulgham, or Ahmed at Flex. Appreciate your advice every week. Anytime, Felix. Out of those options, obviously we know the factor of the weather affecting the Philadelphia versus Cleveland game, so I would knock Fulgham a tad lower. With that being the case, Cooks versus Ahmed. It's tough for me. What are your thoughts on this? Because I think Cooks is the ceiling play here.
I think Cooks is the play for me. The Patriots pass defense it's got a stigma around it that it's like a good pass defense. Like this is a smash matchup.
Yeah,
they have been bad against the pass. Gilmore is likely coming back this week. I think I saw him tweet his Instagram story or something, like he had his he was traveling with the team or whatever. So that probably means he's going to play in this game. But either way, like if you expect Gilmore to be on anyone, you expect him to be on Fuller, right? So I think Cook is in for probably a pretty solid game in this one. Obviously, like the Patriots corners are good, but they've been susceptible to big plays. J.C. Jackson might lead the league in picks, but he's also been burned a couple times too.
Yeah, no, I agree. And when I'm looking at this as well, first of all, I hope you're right because I have Cooks in my lineup. Second of all, when you're looking at it from the New England perspective, the number one thing that they will always do is what is the biggest threat on the opposing offense and how do we take it away from them? The biggest threat on the Texans.
Well, it's Watson, but
but I'm saying like in terms of weapons, like obviously it's Watson, but it's not going to be Duke Johnson. It's not going to be Jordan Akins. It's not even going to be Brandon Cooks, as good as he is. It's going to be Will Fuller. Will Fuller has been playing like a top 15 receiver in the NFL this year. Bill Belichick's going to find a way to really limit him in this game. So yes, I do think Brandon Cooks, I mean, with all the attention being put towards Will Fuller, I do think Brandon Cooks is going to be set for a really good productive
Did you see the report this morning that Nyheim Hines is going to get the bulk of the carries?
Yeah.
I expected something like that to come. I don't know how much I believe that, to be honest. I do think he probably leads the team in touches, but I still think JT is going to be solid this game. I'm not going to start him if I don't have to, but I still think he might actually have a decent game.
If you have JT in like Dynasty, for example, if he has like a smash game this week and someone's willing to like overpay, considering like we see people on Twitter who still think he's like a top 10 Dynasty running back.
It's actually so ridiculous. Like I don't like this isn't like the reason we're so, and like you guys might be like, man, this is so overreactive, like the way me and Danny are treating this, but we're not talking about a quarterback or a wide receiver or tight end. We're talking about a running back who's in a great situation.
Yes.
At least it seemed that way coming into the season. Like, if I told you guys before this season that Marlon Mack is going to tear his Achilles week 1, where would Jonathan Taylor have been drafted?
He would have been a first-round pick.
Yes.
He would have been a top 12 pick. In redraft and Dynasty, he may have been a top 5 pick because that's how overreactive.
And he would have been a colossal bust.
Yes. So I completely agree. I mean, it's just crazy to me that like there was literally a poll on Twitter. I mean, we talked about it, but someone asked, would you rather in Dynasty Aaron Jones or Jonathan Taylor? And like 65-70% of the poll went Jonathan Taylor's way.
Yeah, like, that's ridiculous. I don't care if Aaron Jones is 29. I would still pick him.
For sure. Anyways, let's get into this one. Sorry, Mike Davis or Antonio Gibson. Give me Mike Davis this week.
Yeah, I'm like, who do I have to move up? I knew I had to move up someone, and it was Mike Davis. That's what I was thinking of.
Let me just see where I currently have him. I think I
had him at like 15. And I was like, why am I so low on Mike Davis?
Yeah. Well, Mike Davis at 9 for me. Love
that. That's where I just put him. Right above James Robinson is where I just put him.
Yeah, same for me. James Robinson, who's right above Kareem Hunt for me.
I have Kareem Hunt at 10.
All right, fair. Wait, that's 10.
Or sorry, I have Kareem. I just moved Kareem Hunt at 10. I had Kareem Hunt at 11, but then I just realized with the weather in Philadelphia or Cleveland, I can't remember where the game's being played, but with the weather there, I think the running game's going to get a lot of volume.
So you moved Hunt ahead of Robinson then?
Yeah, well, because Robinson against Pittsburgh's defense ain't going to be pretty.
Yeah, makes sense. Cousins or Tannehill? Sorry about that. Let me just check. I believe I have Tannehill ranked higher, but yeah, I currently have Tannehill at 14. And wait, Teddy Bridgewater's out for this game?
Yep.
Okay, interesting. So I have Ryan Tannehill.
He's apparently active as their emergency quarterback, but they're going to start PJ Walker instead. I have Tannehill at 13 and Cousins at 16, so I would go with Tannehill.
Yeah, no, I agree. Let me adjust that real quick in Scott's tots because I do have PJ Walker. If he's expected to start, then perfect. That clutches me because I've run with one quarterback all year.
Oh man, in one of my dynasty leagues, I have Daniel Jones on bye, and I was like, "Oh great, I have Jameis Winston on my team. I can just slot him right into my super flex while Daniel Jones is on bye." And now I have to start Jake Luton.
God, at least you have another quarterback.
I know. I was lucky because I was like, "Man, I'm gonna have to start freaking Hunter Renfrow in my super flex now." And then I checked, and I'm like, "Oh, I have Jake Luton. Nice."
Yeah, there you go. Here, Phillip Walker's probably going to be around like. You know, I'm starting PJ Walker over Andy Dalton.
Yeah, I I've had PJ Walker at like 22 or something. Like I have him like right behind Jared Goff.
Yeah, I just moved him to
fuck it,
23.
I'm moving ahead of Jared Goff.
Yeah, that's facts, actually.
Yeah.
Good morning. Love the stashes.
This is honestly just me too lazy to shave because I was gonna grow out a stash for the whole month, and then I was like November 10th came around, and I was like, holy shit, I gotta shave this thing.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Hey, like I said, Ryan Fitzpatrick proved that to be false.
Yeah.
What's good, fellas? Struggling in my 2 RBs and 2 wide receivers and 1 flex. Sanders, okay, Miles Sanders and James Conner do not leave your lineup regardless. Yeah. And then
Neither does Terry.
I would say Terry's the same, and Ridley. If Ridley's playing, like I'm slotting him in that second wide receiver, no questions asked. The next,
are you sure? Because he's got great options. I honestly would sit Ridley because he's coming off of an injury, whether he plays at all. I think because Ridley's coming off of an injury, he might be limited in some fashion. So I would go with Sanders, Connor, McLaurin, Jefferson, Fuller is probably what I would go with. Chark is,
that's fair.
I mean, Chark, like you have to sit Chark too, which is like kind of shitty. That's
crazy.
Why I wouldn't play Ridley is because you have like 4 other great receivers.
I probably would play Ridley over Fuller, considering what Bill Belichick's probably going to do to Fuller. But like that one's close. The problem for me is like Ridley's just the type of guy where we've seen it coming off of injury. No matter what, this guy steps back in and like instantly steps back into his target load. But we'll see what happens. Let's quickly get to the super chat. We left off at Strother Knight. Okay, Chapstick. 1972, appreciate the $4.99 super chat. He says Crowder, Thielen, Ridley, pick 2 PPR. And in this instance,
I'll go with Ridley and Thielen.
I have to say Crowder here. I mean, Ridley's upside when he plays is too high, and we've seen what he's done to New Orleans in the past. So I'm excited for this game. This game
Janoris Jenkins is their number 1 corner right now, too. And if you guys watched the New York Giants last year, what happened when Janoris Jenkins was a starting, like a number 1 corner on a team? He got toasted.
Yeah, that's not good. By the way, Manu, we'll get to it. We left off at Strother. So.
Oh no, we did miss his question.
Oh, did we? Oh,
yeah, we did. He said, "Morning, boys. Pick 2 full PPR: Mike Davis, James Robinson, and Salvin Ahmed."
That's on me then. My bad. Out of those options, you said
I'll go with the first 2.
Yeah. Otherwise, let's get to Strother. Sorry about that, Manu. You were right. My bad. All right. Gents, full PPR, need a wide receiver and flex between Woods, Gurley, and Adrian Peterson. Thanks. I would go with the first 2 options personally.
Yeah, I would too. We don't exactly know how Detroit's backfield is going to shake out, whether it's going to be mostly Adrian. I expect it to be Adrian Peterson on 1st and 2nd down and Kerryon Johnson on 3rd down. But we could see, like, we don't know. We could see Kerryon Johnson get the bulk of the work. Like, it could happen.
I'm going to share real quick.
Cool. So I think you know what you're going to get out of Gurley and Woods. You know that even though Woods is in a bad matchup, you're going to see Woods get the bulk of the receiver targets, and same goes for Gurley with the carries. You're going to see him get most of the carries, probably have a chance to get in the end zone, even though it's a bad matchup. So Adrian Peterson, I'm only going to be starting Adrian Peterson as like if your options are Adrian Peterson and Jonathan Taylor. Like I'm not going to be starting Adrian Peterson over a guy like Todd Gurley, regardless of his matchup.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm also going to say in our listener league, because I'm so hurt at running back and because Gallman's on bye and C-Mac is out, I have to start Kerryon this week.
Oof, yeah, that hurts.
Yeah. Miami D or Tampa. Who do the Dolphins play?
The Dolphins play the Broncos. I'll probably play the Dolphins.
I'll go with the Dolphins. Those are 2 really good defenses, though.
Yeah.
Both top 4 right now, I believe. CEH, Davian Harris, Chark, or Reagor need a flex. Out of those options, give me CEH.
Oh, God. Listen to this. I'm so glad I have the Big Ben, Chase Claypool, Juju Smith-Schuster stack. Jaguars' top 2 corners, CJ Henderson and Sidney Jones, are both out today. I know. Chase Claypool is going to score 40 points.
Yeah. Yeah, and I have Connor in a league, too. That's going to be fun. Oh, yeah,
Man, Connor might not get a lot of work. Might be throwing all over him.
They might be throwing in the first half and then just pounding the rock for the rest of the game.
Give me all the garbage time DJ Chark production. That's all I want.
Fuck, I'm playing against Juju.
I don't play against any Steelers, but I have Chark, and I'm playing against I'm playing against James Conner, actually, I think.
I have in that game. I have Chark and also the Steelers defense. The other guy has Juju, so that should be fun. He's 9-1 right now, and I'm second place currently at 6-4. So there's a 3-game gap between first and second. And if I win, I basically clinch a playoff spot. So it's gonna be tight. It's just Jonathan Taylor.
Okay, he's talking about when we were like, "Who's Thomas?"
Yeah. Go with. I personally would go with AP. I think you would go with Taylor, but
you need your screen for your mic, man. It gives you the ear rape every once in a while.
How's this?
It's fine. It's just when you lean in like that is when you get like it'll catch it sometimes.
All right, bet. I have Davis, Jacob starting, flexing Gio Bernard, but I also have Jay Taylor against the Stinky Cheese. Even with the matchup still uncertain, should I have him in the lineup this week? I would keep your lineup.
No, you can't start Jonathan Taylor over any of those guys.
Yeah, like you have like 3 top 13 or so running backs. I just can't start JT over any of them.
Yeah, there's like an 18 running back discrepancy between JT and Bernard, who I believe I have the lowest out of those 3.
Wow, so this is a pick 1 question. Those are some really good options. If you're feeling gutty,
I honestly like. There's not many times I'm going to tell someone to sit AJ Brown, but I tend to lean running backs and flex decisions, so I'm going to go with Gio Bernard
for sure. So we left off at Christopher Dunning. We got the $2 super chat from Sovicia. He says full PPR: Juju, Woods, Fuller, DJ Moore. Choose 3. So basically, sitting 1 here.
Woods.
Out of those, yeah, I was about to say there. Sit Woods. I mean, the matchup against Tampa is expected to be very tough. You're expected Carlton Davis on Woods
Davis will be on, like white on rice probably.
Carlton Davis has been one of the top 5 corners in the league. And just seeing how physically dominant the Tampa corners have been on the outside, their one weakness has been in the slot, in the nickel. And yeah, Cooper Kupp against Sean Murphy Bunting is a much more favorable matchup for the Rams as opposed to Woods versus Carlton Davis. So I can definitely see him being phased out of the game, if you will, in this matchup.
Yeah, that was part of the reason I liked Kupp more than Woods coming into the season, was that I figured Woods would be the one to get number 1 corners. And Kupp would be, since he's in the slot. And we know before the season, we all had that thing. It's like, oh, are they going to be a 12 personnel team now? Either way, I was like, Cooper Kupp is not going to be seeing number 1 corners. So that's why I liked him a lot better. And that's kind of been the case this season in terms of like every time there's like a tough matchup, I'm like, damn, this got to be a Cooper Kupp game. But to be honest, both of them have been disappointing based on the low passing volume of that offense.
What about the Higbee truthers?
Oh man, that was a bad fucking call. I was not a Higbee truther, so
yeah, me neither. I think I had him at like
you had a brief period where you were in on Higbee.
I had him at like tight end 9 for a period.
I did too, but that was only like
That was after I looked at how dominant of a stretch.
I think I had. I don't even think I had him that high. I think I had him like 11 or 12.
It just doesn't make sense to me how you have such a dominant stretch like the last 5 or 6 weeks of last year, where literally he was. If you projected that over the course of the year, I know you don't do that. Lucas would get mad at me for saying that, but like that would be the tight end 1 season of all time. Like this guy over the last.
That's a Bobby Sylvester take though.
No, I know.
The reason Bobby Sylvester was in on Tyler Higbee. That's how you know it was a bad, a bad call.
He also said that Justin Jackson would out-touch a healthy Austin Eckler.
He also said Justin Jackson was outright better than Austin Eckler.
God. Anyways, let's get into Dunny.
Please come back, Austin Eckler. I want to be right on you.
Give me CD there. Give me CD. Better matchup.
CD against Minnesota. Yeah. Jerry Jeudy goes up against Xavier Howard, and they actually moved Xavier Howard in the slot too. I've actually looked into it, and they had him on Keenan Allen like the whole game last week, and Keenan Allen had a bad game, like his first bad game since Justin Herbert has taken over the starting job.
Yeah, no, I fully agree there.
Cousin matchup.
I would go with Antonio Brown.
Yeah, I'll take Antonio Brown there. Hollywood Brown, low key though. Remember how we were talking about on the ranking show how the Cowboys and Ravens play each other, and Michael Gallup's going to have like a blow-up game because it's on Thursday night?
And Tony Pollard.
It's going to be Hollywood Brown. That's who's going to actually have the blow-up game, because Hollywood Brown's been horrible all season. I'm going to make a showdown slate for that game, and Hollywood Brown is going to be my MVP.
Yeah, no, definitely. Do you trust DJ Moore this week with Teddy being a game-time decision? I have Fulgham, Reagor, and Ahmed on my bench. Okay, so out of those options, again, Fulgham, you got bad weather. Reagor, you're expecting the matchup from Denzel Ward plus
also
the bad weather. And I mean, Ahmed versus Moore could be close with Philip Walker playing. But
I'm still going to take DJ Moore. I think there's like an unknown about Philip Walker playing quarterback. I can't call him Philip Walker. He's PJ Walker. Either way, DJ Moore could be his favorite target. We've seen Teddy Bridgewater favor Robbie Anderson all season. And we could see DJ Moore get the target volume that me and Danny wanted him to see earlier in the season with PJ Walker. So I'll go with DJ Moore just for the kind of unknown factor of it. It's not like Ahmed's like some locked and loaded starter like that couldn't bust. Like we could very easily, as an industry, all be wrong about Sullivan Ahmed this week, and Matt Breida could get the bulk of the work or something.
I was also going to say, I mean, what we saw, I know it's the XFL. It doesn't mean as much because obviously you can't take XFL production and translate to the NFL. But what you could take is playing style. And watching Philip Walker playing in the XFL, he takes a ton of deep shots if he has trust in his number one receiver. Who's the number one field stretching receiver on the Carolina Panthers? It's DJ Moore.
It should be Robbie Anderson, but it's not.
I don't know why that's a thing, why Robbie Anderson is this slot receiver basically now, and DJ Moore's a deep threat. But, I mean, we saw, DJ, again, I was talking about it on the ranking show, but Philip Walker and Cam Phillips in the XFL, like I think Cam Phillips was leading the league in receiving and receptions, and he was averaging like 20 yards a catch. So, like, if that means anything for DJ Moore, we could see some deep shots happen. Now, don't take it on face value because just because he did in the XFL doesn't mean he's going to do it in the NFL. But in terms of playing style, you can kind of forecast who he's going to lean on in terms of favorite target, if you will. So, yeah, I mean, we could see a DJ Moore like absolute breakout type of game. I mean, he's already broken out, but we could see like a 5-catch, 120-yard, 2-touchdown type game because that's the type of quarterback he currently has in PJ Walker. So keep in mind. Home improvement. Standard need 3: AJ Brown, Godwin, Johnson, Waller, Antonio.
Is that Duke or Deontay?
If that's Deontay Johnson, he's going to be one of the picks for sure.
I would. It's a flex decision for you. You must have Travis Kelce.
He has to because
that's the only tight end I would be starting over Darren Waller. So you have to have Travis Kelce.
Taysom Hill. No, I'm kidding.
To be honest, I think if that's Duke Johnson, I'm going to start Waller over him.
Yeah. If it's Duke, I'd start Waller. If it's Deontay, I'd start Deontay. So
and then AJ Brown and Godwin are like our locks. You start those guys.
I'm assuming it's Deontay because he says need 3. He didn't specify like a flex or if it's just receivers. So I'm assuming it's just his 3 receivers, if you will.
And then one flex decision or something like that. Yeah.
Either way, if it's Deontay, you start Deontay in the last because the first 2 are going to be locks regardless. If it's Duke, you start Waller over Duke. So, Reagor or Ruggs today? Give me Jalen Reagor.
I'll take Ruggs. With the weather, I think they're both kind of dart throw plays. With the weather, the fact that they're both like deep threat receivers and they're both used downfield, I'll take Ruggs in the better weather in a matchup where he actually already played well against Kansas City once. He had his best game of the season against Kansas City, and Derek Carr is going to have to throw the ball probably in this game. So I'll take Ruggs.
Yeah, no, I agree. Or I don't agree, but
I don't agree. All right,
my bad. It makes sense.
If the weather was better in Philly, I would take Reagor. But Reagor is going to have Ward in coverage, and he's going to have bad weather to deal with. So I'll take Reagor.
Sorry, I meant to say good point, not I agree. Let me counter with Reagor. I just think overall we're going to get a higher, if you will, passing output for the Eagles, even with bad weather. I mean, Oakland just hasn't been throwing the ball at all, or Las Vegas, if you will. And we know that Reagor,
they did against Kansas City the first time, though. That's what I'm saying. I think this game is going to go a lot like it did against Kansas City the first time. I don't think Las Vegas is going to get blown out. I don't think Kansas City's probably going to. I think Kansas City wins, but I do think Las Vegas is able to put up 25, 30 points.
Yeah, like I don't know. Again, I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but again, we haven't really seen a ton of passing output these past few weeks. I know weather was affecting that or so, but even if it's a bad weather game, if you're looking at Reagor, if the Eagles even throw the ball 25, 30 times, we've seen this guy have a 20 to 25% market share on the team. So, I mean, we should be seeing another 6 to 8 target type game. And if that's the case, I mean, I just trust that type of usage over what we've even seen from Ruggs this year. Again,
we haven't seen a whole lot from Ruggs. I'll take that one on the chin. But, I mean, it's not like he was a high pick anyway. So,
I mean, the thing is, in terms of Ruggs, what's hard for me to like grasp in terms of like him ever really like being a huge fantasy producer is that his role in actual football is so much more valuable than what it will be in fantasy. What he does on an actual football team. I mean, this guy's going to average 25 yards of reception or something crazy like that, right? I think actually he was averaging like 30 yards a catch like just a few weeks ago prior to a couple of those like rainy, mucky games. But man, like this guy's such a talented field stretcher, and the offense has opened up so much underneath to the point where they haven't even really need to be taking those shots with him. Not to mention the weather these past few weeks has been bad. So we could see a Ruggs blow up game soon, because once they do start taking the shots, I mean, this guy's pretty much always open.
We saw him go 2 catches, 118 yards, and a touchdown against Kansas City the first time. Basically, what I'm thinking with Ruggs is, we heard in the summer that they wanted to use him like all over the field, not just as a deep threat and all that kind of stuff. And we saw it the first game, his first game in the NFL. He had 5 targets in the first half, and then he went out with a hamstring injury or a knee injury. I couldn't remember what it was, but he was out for a couple games after that. He was banged up in week 2. I think he came back like week 5 or 6. And we've kind of seen him kind of fall behind the 8 ball a little bit. So I'm hoping by the back half of the season, he's able to kind of get some high target games, some make some big plays, big impact plays. And then going into next year, he's got some positive momentum.
For sure. Yeah, no, it's definitely.
But what Ruggs is doing is actually way more typical of a rookie receiver.
Yes. I mean,
like this is exactly what the type of season I expect from most rookie receivers. But Justin Jefferson and Chase Claypool and T. Higgins and Brandon Ayuk are all making Ruggs look like he's shit.
Like it's crazy too. Like, for the record, like going into, I know to be fair, I don't think CeeDee Lamb's like value is like gonna go down much because people are too smart for them to realize. But if you're in a casual league, in a dynasty league, and a casual player's like, oh, his rookie season he tanked it, like it tanked when Dak went out, yada yada yada, I can sell him for this. I still think CeeDee Lamb is at minimum a top 8 dynasty receiver, because we've seen like he was on pace for a legendary type rookie season when Dak was there. Like him, Justin Jefferson, and in my opinion, T. Higgins are like the 3 bread and butter guys for the future. Like those 3 guys specifically are going to be like 12 to 1,400 receivers.
I think you're missing one.
Yeah.
I think Mapletron deserves to be in there.
Claypool. Yep. Oh yeah. You want to hear some garbage too? Scott's thoughts. Do you remember?
Yeah, I know. You traded him for like a biscuit or whatever it was.
So this was when Jarrett Stidham was the starting quarterback, and he was in the free agency pool, right? So I thought I was smart. I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me finesse a free starting quarterback. So I had the 302, right? And I picked Claypool 302 in rookie draft. And then Scott picked at like the 305 after me. I'm like, oh my God, like Vets just got added. I can just get a free starting quarterback here. Traded Claypool straight up for Stidham. And I'll never forget that. Like Scott over there robbing people.
Oh, I took what did I trade? The 210, the 301, and the 302 for I can't remember who did I trade it for? Oh, for Ruggs. I got the 110 and I picked Ruggs with it. And those receivers ended up being Brandon Ayuk, Chase Claypool, and Brian Edwards.
You had the pick that I ended up with 302?
No, this was in a different dynasty league.
Man, like, I wish I just stuck to my guns, because I was always a big Claypool fan. Like, I think I had him as like a top 12 overall receiver in the draft. Like, I really liked him. The only problem that I found with him is that he didn't really create much separation in college. Which I mean, like, I
doesn't look like that's a problem for him now.
No, I mean,
I'm curious to see where he ranks in that, because I feel like he's pretty high up there.
Oh, definitely. Devontae Parker or CeeDee Lamb, by the way, I would go with CeeDee Lamb. Okay, let me go on my little
I'd go with Parker.
Let me go on my little Devontae Parker rant, okay? Devontae Parker is simply becoming the Hunter Henry for the receiver position. He's getting a decent amount of targets. I mean, 7 targets last week, 5 the week before. I mean, whatever, like you could do with that. He's just been so inefficient on those targets right now that especially in a matchup against Denver, who's actually been pretty good against the opposing wide receivers. Give me CeeDee Lamb, especially in a PPR, and the 8 targets he should bring. I mean, if CeeDee Lamb's getting 8 targets, he's going to catch at least 5 or 6 of them. If Devontae Parker's getting 7 targets, he's maybe catching like 2 or 3 of them. Like that's basically what it's been at this point. Again, I think the talent is there with Parker. It's just we have not seen the chemistry between him and Tua really take over yet. So I'm not starting Devontae Parker for the time for the future, or for the time being. Sorry, for the future he can be, but no. If it was half PPR, I'd go with the touchdown upside of Parker, but a full, like, give me the output I should expect with CeeDee Lamb. Speaking CeeDee Lamb or Hollywood Brown, get Hollywood Brown the heck out of my life.
Yeah, I'll take CeeDee Lamb there for sure.
All right. hey, guy, Taysom Hill or Cam Newton. Give me Cam Newton there.
Yeah, I'll take Cam Newton.
Bernard or Duke. Give me Gio there. Coleman.
Yep.
Sup guys, TJ or Gronk, Duke Johnson, Naheem or Gio. So for the first part of that question, TJ or Gronk, I mean, you got a really nice outlook at the tight end position because there'd be guys killing for one of those options, and you're talking about benching one of them. Either way, though, I would go with TJ Hawkinson slightly over Gronk. And for the second part of that question, give me Gio. Give me all the Gio. I love Gio.
Yeah, Gronk and the Bucs passing offense has a tougher matchup. So the ball movement, like just moving the ball up and down the field and stuff, is going to be a lot harder than it was last week against Carolina.
Yeah, for sure. What's up, guys? Damn, got screwed with Winston not starting. Brady or Cousins? So I would go with Brady over Cousins, and then he also says pick 2: Judy, Antonio Brown, Damian Harris, or Will Fuller. Fuller getting shadowed by Gilmore? Question mark. Even if, I mean, Gilmore, like we've seen, he's missed the last couple of weeks, could be rusty. I mean, I understand that the Patriots, as I've said all live stream, do game plan against your best weapon. But talking about Antonio Brown and Judy out of that mix, Antonio Brown is going to be according to Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey said he's going to be covering Antonio Brown in this game.
He said that?
Yeah, it got released. So apparently a reporter asked Jalen Ramsey, who are you planning to guard out of the Bucs receivers? He's like, oh, probably the best or at least a top 3 receiver I've ever played against, referencing Antonio Brown.
I mean, Antonio Brown eats his lunch money every time they played. And when he was on Pittsburgh, like the playoff game against Jacksonville, he fucking wiped the floor with them. The other time in Jacksonville, I'm glad if that's the case. All power to you, dude. Because Mike Evans will literally toast the rest of your defense.
I'm excited for that.
And I said this was a possibility. I said go buy Mike Evans because teams are going to start to game plan against Antonio Brown. Because don't get it twisted, Antonio Brown's a better receiver than Mike Evans is.
Yeah, for sure. And also with Judy, I mean, we already talked about the expected matchup with Howard. So
I might start Mike Evans in one league now.
Yeah, no, I already am.
I was benching him for Brandon Cooks, but I might start him over Brandon Cooks now.
Fair. I would go with Harrison Fuller there, though, regardless. Personally.
Yeah, I would as well.
What's good, guys? Jarvis or Mike Williams for flex? Jonnu Smith or Logan Thomas for tight end? Full point PPR. Appreciate the advice. So for your,
I'll take Mike Williams with the weather factor for the Browns.
And then for the flex,
that's not even close.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Jonnu Smith easily. Yeah. What would be a reasonable trade away for MT? Coleman says. So I'm actually gonna give you a real life trade that I made. Actually, just acquiring MT. So the type
trade
of value
away for MT is you want to get MT or does he want to? I guess it doesn't really matter. But
I'm assuming he's trading him away. But the type of value he has, in my opinion, is so you got your Stephon Diggs, Keenan Allen type tier 2 at the receiver. Obviously, the tier 1 being like the Adams. To be honest, Adams is probably in his own tier.
Hopkins,
Hill,
Julio.
Even like I'd put Julio there as well.
Yeah.
And then DK. And then you got the tier of like Keenan Allen, Diggs,
Lockett.
That's what I would take Thomas over Lockett. That would probably be my cutoff. So overall, I think that would be around wide receiver 8 or so type value. And it was in a recent trade. So a guy had a ton of depth and he was going after that stud locked in wide receiver. I mean, this guy already has Diggs on his team as well. So he ended up acquiring a trio now of Diggs, Diggs, Julio Jones, and Allen Robinson. So his team I'm playing him this week, and Allen Robinson, Diggs are on bye, so I'm lucky. But the trade ended up being, so on my side, I ended up receiving Michael Thomas, Kareem Hunt, and Brandon Cooks. And on his side, he actually received Julio Jones, Allen Robinson, and Duke Johnson because he needed a running back for the next 2 weeks while Austin Eckler was out. So that went through. So basically what that means is that although he's a top 10, 8 to 10 type receiver, he's still that tier below Julio Jones, in my opinion, because again, the quarterback situation, the overall volume that we should see, I mean, we don't necessarily know how the offense is going to look with Taysom Hill. So I'd probably value him as a mid to low type wide receiver 1, if you will. What are your thoughts on that?
No, I agree. Do you see Chris's super chat?
Here, let's get to it. Can we get a what's up, Chris? Hey, you've seen my forehead multiple times, brother. That's my boy from home. We gotta get the poker going soon. Everybody keeps ducking because they're scared of me, eh?
I mean, I've rinsed you every time we play poker,
Hey,
so
buddy,
I kind of want to play with your friends and just take
buddy,
a little.
relax. We're playing on the app where you fucking spike the win on the turn when we were in a flip.
I mean, I've beaten you a couple times now. It's not just the one time that I've beaten you.
I had aces. He had kings. He ends up spiking a king on the turn to beat me. So
hate to see it.
That is the worst.
What are we looking? I'm looking at my upset for the week here.
Oh yeah. We got to pick that. Did we pick?
I'm not. I think this is pretty obvious to me. The Ravens are 6-point favorites against the Titans. Give me the Titans.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, I think Titans are a better team.
That's fair. You know what? Out of my
Jets
upset,
over the chart. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, this could sound crazy, man. Are you ready? Are you ready to hear Gutty?
You're gonna take the Raiders, aren't you?
Actually, you know, I'm gonna go Guttier because I was gonna say Falcons over Saints, but then I realized Taysom Hill starting at quarterback. So like,
are you gonna take the Cowboys over the Vikings?
Nah, I can't do that. Call me an asshole. Give me the Raiders over the Chiefs. Mic drop. They're 7-point underdogs at home, though. I think that point spread's a little aggressive because this is still a team with a winning record, and they're 7-point underdogs at home. Like, I get the Chiefs are a fantastic team, but 7 points, like,
yeah,
that's a full touchdown.
They're 7.5 on Bodog, which is a pretty big difference because then you got a touchdown discrepancy.
Yeah, for sure. Interesting fact. Jonathan Taylor is ranked number 1 against stacked boxes, 7.4 defenders on average, number 1 out of all running backs. That's actually interesting when you think about it. Again, I did notice too, watching some games, it always seemed like the defenses kind of had a little bit more like ready for Jonathan Taylor, but that also could be the case because they know he's not as much of a receiving threat as like a Nyheim Hines or even a Jordan Wilkins, to be quite honest. So, I mean, teams seeing Jonathan Taylor in the game know, okay, this guy's in the game to run the ball between the tackles, and that's really it. I mean, we've seen a couple decent receiving output games, but realistically, when he's in the game, it's to run the ball, which is what we've seen thus far. So, I mean, that could definitely be a factor for him looking bad. But even just watching the games, it never really seemed like an issue, in my opinion, of facing too many defenders in the box whatsoever. It more seemed to be the case that he just couldn't make anybody miss. He couldn't make anybody miss for whatever reason. I mean, we saw it all the time in Wisconsin. I don't know why. Again, actually, I do know why, because he has no patience as a runner. He has no vision whatsoever. So I'm going to get off my Jonathan Taylor rant because this can go all day. But he's just, the game's coming to him way too fast. You mentioned it even as soon as week 3?
I said week 3. I'm like, dude, this guy doesn't look that good. And to be fair, like CEH kind of looked like that too, but at least CEH is making people miss, and he's like, CEH was kind of playing like a slightly better Devin Singletary at the beginning of the season, but at least now he's kind of playing more like what I expected him to play. I need this to be CEH week, dude. I'm gonna be so mad if CEH goes out there, gets fucking 8 carries and 2 targets.
Oh, I know. The overall output for the running backs on that Chiefs offense, for whatever reason, is just so low. It's pretty sickening when you think about, you have CEH especially, and then even Le'Veon Bell, and they're getting a combined 10 touches a game. Like that needs to fix itself.
Yep.
Matt Ryan or Tannehill? Give me Matty Ice. I think he's a top 8 quarterback for me this week. PJ Walker, Lions +1.5 over Carolina. That's a good bet in my opinion.
I'm actually making bets right now. I'm going to do like a little 3-team parlay or whatever. And I right now have the Bengals money line against the Washington football team +115.
Easy.
Yeah. I'm looking at some other ones here. I got Texans +2.5. Low key is kind of intriguing to me against the Patriots, but I wish I might buy a point, make it +3.5 low key.
Yeah, go for it. Let me just see where we left off. My bad. Let's catch up a little bit. Hines, Brown, Deontay Johnson, pick 2. Sit Hines in that scenario.
Yep.
You missed my. Oh yeah, we got to it. Oh yeah, we got to it. No.
Yeah, we got to it.
Sid Ahmed. That was 11:49. Okay, yeah, we're like 20 minutes behind.
Yeah, we big behind.
On by bench. I would keep Devontae and T. Higgins both in. Pick 1 flex, Devontae Parker, Hunt, or Fulgham. Also pick 1 for RB2, Rob or Zeke. So I would go with Hunt and J-Rob for you there. Is that the same team, by the way? I'd still go with Hunt and J-Rob, but I was just curious. Goddard or Hawkinson? Give me Hawkinson there. Josh? Steven says, half PPR, would you trade CEH, Carson, Higgins, and A-Rob to acquire Aaron Jones and McLaurin, or is that too much? If you have the depth to be able to deal with that, in my opinion, that's a pretty fair overall offer. What are your thoughts on that, though, Bush?
Half PPR, would you trade CEH, Carson, Higgins, A-Rob to acquire Aaron Jones and McLaurin?
If you have the depth, I would say, like, to me, that would be basically
you're giving up 2 top 20 receivers and 2 top 15 running backs, in my opinion, for a top 5 running back and a top
10 receiver.
10 receiver. I would say if it's probably going to depend what like league size this is. If this is a 12-team league, I probably wouldn't do that. If this is a 10 or an 8-team league, it gets a little bit easier to part ways with some of those guys. And like Danny said, if you have a lot of depth, then you could probably get away with that. But I think I honestly would wait after this week. I want to see what CEH does.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because there's a very good chance that if CEH does what I think he's going to do this week, he might be just a touch below Aaron Jones in terms of value.
Fair. To our Tannehill. I would go with Tannehill there, Zach. Go Tannehill. What we've seen from Tua, he's just been
I would take Tannehill as well.
Pick 2, Duke, Peterson, or Balaj. Out of those options, I am sitting Adrian Peterson. What are your thoughts on that, though, Bushy? I think you're sitting Balaj, right?
No, I think I'd sit Peterson as well.
There you go. Taysom Hill or Wentz? It's crazy that it's come to this. I mean, I'm still going to go with Wentz, but I mean, if you could start Taysom Hill in your tight end slot, that would be pretty intriguing. Why the hell is Hill a tight end? I'm playing against him and I'm screwed. Oh yeah, Bush, look at that.
Yeah, you are probably pretty screwed.
God, I hope Claypool goes crazy. Yeah, we all stand Claypool over here. MVS, Aguilar, Cobb, flex, full PPR pick 2. Thanks, guys. Ooh, damn. Bush. I think I'm sitting
MVS.
I think I'd sit Aguilar.
I would say against the Colts defense, I don't think MVS does anything.
Oh, yeah, it's fair.
I'll take Aguilar because Aguilar's low-key been kind of decent.
He's been really efficient.
He's been pretty decent, and this should be a game where Carr throws the ball a lot. And because I like Ruggs this week, he'll probably get no targets, and Aguilar will get them all. So that'll make sense.
Fair. What's up, guys? Starting Kelsey or Taysom? Oh my God, how has it come to this? But
no, it has not come to that. Kelsey doesn't leave your lineup.
No, I know. I was making a joke, but
I might flex Taysom Hill though. If he qualifies as tight end, you can flex him.
Yeah, like Taysom Hill would probably be the tight end 3.
I don't think so. I think there's a solid chance, man, that he crashes and burns and fucking Jameis Winston's playing in the second half.
This is interesting. Am I starting Taysom Hill? My flex over Tyler Boyd? Wow. That
I would do.
I agree. That's crazy to me. My mom hooked it up with eggs Benny French toast. Oh my, you're having a good time there, eh, Tyler?
Yeah, that is a nice little time that you got.
Yeah, fucking A. Yo, what's up, guys? What's up, Javon? Send some my way. Yeah, for real, send some my way too. Man's got to eat.
Yeah.
Nick Chubb or Zeke Elliott. I mean, Javon, your team is like always just so stacked. Going with Chubb. Yeah, you're chilling out here. I'd kill for that.
Yeah, I do. I don't even know why you watch us. Like when you have questions like that, it's like, okay, what you sit the wrong guy and you got 18 points instead of 25. Like, who cares?
Well, what's the good word, fellas? Killing it as usual. Appreciate that, Papa Lepre. Love seeing the such a frequent viewer in Papa Lepre. Love you.
Classic.
Go get that competitive edge on your son over there.
Yeah.
Need one wide receiver in flex. T. Higgins, Robert Woods, Jerry Jeudy, Hollywood Brown, Curtis Samuel. Thanks. So out of those options, I am going with Higgins and Woods for me personally.
Yeah, I'll go with T. Higgins and Woods. I know neither of them is in really a good matchup, but I think it's neither of those other guys are reliable enough to start.
Agreed. Woods or Ward? Give me Woods over Ward there.
Yeah.
Herbert or Rodgers? Yeah, like you're chilling. I'm going with Herbert this week because Rodgers plays Indy, but yeah, you're set there. Herbert over Rodgers for you as well?
Yep.
Balaj or Gio in the flex? Give me Gio, Dustin.
Gio, it's not even close.
Yeah. Need one running back, one flex. Jacoby Myers, Duke Johnson, Kalen Balaj, Chris Godwin. So out of those options, so Godwin's in your lineup regardless. Myers versus Duke is really close, in my opinion. Because it's a half PPR and not a full, I'm probably going to lean Duke there. But what are your thoughts on Myers versus Duke? If it was a full, I'd lean. It'd be a lot closer, but because it's half, I'm probably gonna go with the touch output I expect from Duke.
Yeah, I'd probably go with Duke as well. It's a good rushing matchup because the Patriots have not been good against the run. So I'll take Duke Johnson, but I mean, Jacoby Myers could have 10 targets and like 7 catches, 85 yards. And,
I hope so because I have him in starting in that home league I was mentioning. Need one Geo. Is that Justin Jefferson or Robbie? This is one that we're gonna disagree on. Because if it's Justin Jefferson,
I don't think we're gonna disagree on it.
I go Geo.
Yeah, me too.
Over Justin?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Interesting. There we go.
I always lean running backs in flex decisions. Like not all running backs. So I always lean top 15 running backs that are like going to get guaranteed volume. Because as much as I like Justin Jefferson this week, there's a chance that Adam Thielen goes crazy and Dalvin Cook goes crazy and Justin Jefferson gets 8 targets, 5 catches, and 50 yards.
For sure. Let's we got to find our players that we disagree on and get those bets.
Well, Jefferson's got to be one of them because I'll take Jefferson.
Justin, Jeff versus. Let me see who I have him ranked below. Who? I kind of like this one. Okay.
I'm not doing Claypool if you're about to say Claypool.
Fuck.
I have Claypool at 10. I just moved him up.
Oh, okay. What about?
I'll do Ridley. You want to do Ridley? I'll do Ridley right now.
Okay. All right.
Or I don't know. You can pick someone else if you want. I'll take Jefferson versus AJ Brown.
I'll take Ridley.
Okay.
There we go. We have the bet set. Oh, the Jerry Jones Eagle. Please tank. Please, tank.
Who do you even want? It's gonna be Sewell. You know that, right?
Okay, I want first of all, I want us to tank to a top 3 pick. I want Zach Wilson by that point to be a certified top 3 quarterback, or even him and Lance, like just to be really good options. And then I want to trade it for the farm.
See, okay, I would normally say like, dude, that never happens. Like when you're like, oh, we could just trade back and get a lot of picks. Like it takes 2 to trade, but the reason I'm not going to say that is because the year that we got Vita Vea, I was like, we need to trade back because at the 7th pick, I was like, Saquon's going to be gone. Bradley Chubb's going to be gone. Quentin Nelson's going to be gone. So I'm fine with any one of like Derwin James, Minkah Fitzpatrick, Jair Alexander, or something like that. And when we traded back, I'm like, oh my God, we traded back with Buffalo. They're going to give us their 2 1s, right? Because they had 2 1s that year. I was like, oh my God, we're going to get 2 1s. And we're going to get like, I think what I wanted at the time was Derwin James and Darius Guice.
Yeah.
And, but we ended up getting Vea, who was probably actually a better pick than Derwin, low key. And we got 2 2s, which ended up being Carlton Davis and Ronald Jones. So
yeah. When I'm talking about it too, when I'm looking at the Cowboys, okay, you got a team like even San Francisco. Let's say if San Francisco's picking at like 12 to 15 or so, you don't think San Francisco, if Dallas on the clock at 3 and they see Trey Lance or Zach Wilson available, and Dallas doesn't need a quarterback. Say Washington's picking 4, hypothetically, right? Dallas is at 3. Washington needs a quarterback. The top 2 quarterbacks in Fields and Lawrence are hypothetically gone here. A team like San Francisco is going to tell Dallas, okay, listen, like we have our defense pretty much set. We have our offense, a great play caller, an overall good offense to set. What we need is the quarterback to ultimately hold it over. San Francisco is going to say, okay, I'll give you our 1, 2, and 3 this year and our 1 next year. We're going to lock up our franchise quarterback on his rookie deal. Set in stone. Dallas moves down to 12, takes like a JC Horn, and has multiple day 2 picks. Like that's my dream scenario. If they are sticking and picking, and they're picking in the top 3 or 4, I'm fine with taking Sewell there, man. You play him at guard for his first year, and if Tyron goes down, you can always flex him out to left tackle. Like you have so much positional versatility with a guy like Sewell. That guy, he's the best. Like aside from Quentin Nelson, he's probably the best offensive line prospect we've seen since Tyron Smith. Which is insane to think about.
And like Quentin Nelson was guard, so the best tackle prospect we've seen since Tyron Smith.
Yeah, and it's crazy.
Sorry, since Tristan Wirfs, and then since Tyron Smith. Can we just talk about how good Tristan Wirfs is? Like, what the hell, man? I did not expect him to be this good.
Like he's already a top 5 right tackle.
He's already a top 3 right tackle.
Yeah, like him, Ramczyk, and freaking Schwartz, like
probably, yeah.
And then like Lane Johnson after them, like
he's better than Lane Johnson this year.
Yeah.
There's, and that's not my opinion. That's a lot of O-line experts that know a lot more than I do about O-line play are saying he is all-pro right tackle, first team all-pro right tackle this year.
He's objectively been probably the best tackle or right tackle in the league. Talking
And
about
he's
left
definitely
side,
been the best tackle of the big four.
oh, easily.
And Jedrick, that's no knock on Mekhi Becton and Jedrick Wills. They've had good seasons.
I would honestly say, like, I loved Mekhi Becton. I think he was my tackle 2 in the process. And
I had Becton 4.
Yeah,
I mean, I had Thomas ahead of him, which ain't looking too good. But
I'll take the L on that because I had Thomas ahead of Wirfs. So
yeah, I had worse. I had Wills, Wirfs, Thomas, Becton. Is how I had it.
I think I had it Wills, Becton, Thomas, Wirfs. So
yeah. Who'd you have at 5 again?
I think I had Josh Jones.
Dude, he can't even get on the field for the Cardinals right now. And Calvin Beacham's getting freaking rinsed left and right, and he can't even get on the field at right tackle. But I had, I think I had Isaiah Wilson 5.
I had Jones 5, Wilson 6, Matt Pert 7, and then Lucas Niang 8, with Ezra Cleveland and Austin Jackson at 9 and 10.
I had Austin Jackson higher than you, I'm pretty sure. But like neither of us really liked Austin Jackson.
Yeah, agreed. Pick 2 flex: Peterson, Myers, Duke, or Chark. Give me.
I'll take Chark for sure.
Yeah. What format is it? I would really like to know if it's a full or half PPR, because this is going to come down to Myers versus Johnson for me.
Yeah, I'll go DJ Chark and Duke Johnson in half and standard, and I'll go DJ Chark and Jacoby Myers in full.
Yeah, that's definitely fair. Woods or Reagor?
Give me Woods
there. Yeah. Reagor or Jakeem? I would still go with Reagor over Jakeem Grant. I have no clue what to expect from him.
Yeah. I mean, low key, though, he did have a good game the first game without Preston Williams, but yeah.
This is interesting. What are your thoughts here? I'm probably going to still lean the touch output that we expect with James Robinson, given that Calvin Ridley's been banged up. But what are your thoughts on this one?
This is really close. If Ridley wasn't coming off of an injury, I would say Ridley.
Yeah, same.
I think I'll go James Robinson as well, but I'm not confident in it. I could see that going either way.
Yeah, I agree. Full PPR. Yeah, you're chilling. What the?
Dude, what is your team? Why are you in a position to sit Derrick Henry? That is who you're sitting. Like you're sitting Derrick Henry in this situation because Alvin Kamara is RB2 on the week for me.
Alvin Kamara's RB2, Derrick Henry's RB3.
Yes.
Like, even if
this is the same league you have Zeke and Chubb in, I would play Derrick Henry over Chubb.
Yeah. How?
I don't know.
Dude, you have 2 top 3 running backs and you're planning on sitting one. How is that a thing?
Yep.
Like, oh my gosh. I'm a Raiders fan and dropped Ruggs 3rd. Yeah. There you go. Standard flex, high or
I'll take Hines.
Give me Myers.
And standard, I'll take Hines.
Fair. Okay. Thanks for the help throughout the week. Comment section, live streams, etc. Let's go get some W's. Let's go get some W's, Crocomon. Love to see it.
And make sure you guys, me and Danny were talking about this over text a couple days ago. Make sure you guys are leaving suggestions for what you want to see in the offseason because, I mean, we have some things that we want to do, talking about like how we look at quarterbacks coming into the draft for fantasy purposes because we're not NFL scouts. We're not like going to pretend like we know everything about the quarterback position. But for fantasy purposes, what matters for running backs, what matters for wide receivers, what matters for tight ends, landing spots, our ideal landing spots. We might rank the landing spots of like the potential running back destinations and all that kind of stuff. We'll talk free agency, all that kind of stuff. But if you guys have any suggestions for what you want to see specifically, leave them in comment sections of whatever video that you guys think of it. Because, I mean, we reply pretty much to every comment, so we'll see it.
For sure.
Regardless.
And talking about it as well, I mean, like if you guys are new to the channel or you weren't here earlier in the off season, again, we were talking about early April before the draft. We actually had a series that we ran. It was basically a matchmaker series where basically we talked about
That's still the most fun video that I've ever done.
Oh, it's so much fun talking about like top prospects, best fits. I still remember I really wanted Ruggs to get drafted by the Niners.
Yeah, and we'll probably do that for free agency too. We'll be like, okay, what are the potential landing spots for running backs in free agency? What are the potential running backs available in free agency? As of right now, Aaron Jones looks to be like the best running back available in free agency. I thought, to be honest, he would have been extended by now by the Packers. I think he's going to get extended by the Packers or franchise tagged at the minimum. I don't think he's going anywhere, but I mean, we'll talk about quarterbacks. There's going to be some quarterback movement for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Jameis Winston in particular.
Cam Newton, probably too.
talking about it, I still remember like the first video I actually ever recorded, like even before we had our channel. It was early March before free agency.
That was quarterback destinations for Notorious's channel, right?
Quarterback destinations for Notorious's channel. I hopped on with them. I'm in my college dorm, just chilling. Like I got right out of the shower. My hair's all wet. We're recording a video. I basically talked about how someone talked
Tyler
about,
put that in, did he put that in the chat the other day and was like, "Damn, dude, that seems like so long ago. It was literally like less than a year ago."
I know, it's crazy.
It was like 9 months ago.
I that was the first Dak Prescott rant that I've had.
Yeah, it was the very first Dak Prescott rant.
There you go. PPR pick 2, Antonio Gibson, Deontay Johnson, Jacoby Myers, or Mike Williams. So I'm gonna go with the first 2 there.
Yeah, me too.
And you have to. There you go.
Oh, that's a compliment to me, so I'll take that.
Solid. I mean, I think the rankings video is pretty solid too. You know?
Yeah. What low key, what we might do next year, probably won't change it up this year, is split it up and have me and Danny do running backs, quarterbacks, wide receivers, tight ends, or we'll do just running backs and wide receivers in the same video, quarterbacks and tight ends in a different video, because it is a lot of work for me to do myself. If you guys don't know, that literally takes me like 10 to 14 hours Monday and Tuesday to prepare that, all that stuff that I talk about on the Start Sit show.
Yeah. But he grinds. Grind never stops. Wait. Oh, fuck. My bad. Traded Amari Cooper in a 7th round pick for Mike Evans in a 10th round. Yeah, you're chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think about my lineup? Big Ben. By the way, I have Rodgers on the bench.
Yeah, start Ben over Rodgers for sure.
Yeah. It looks good. Looks solid.
Yep.
Who do I start out of this lineup? Watson or Rodgers? Give me Watson. Running back CH or James Robinson? Give me James Robinson. Ridley or Claypool? Give me Ridley. And then flex. Give me Claypool over Taysom Hill.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Claypool versus CH is close. I'm still gonna go Claypool though because of the matchup. But the forehead. Brandon Cooks or Devontae Parker? Full people. Give me Cooks. Yeah. He's saying I'm dodging in Madden. I haven't been on PS4 in like 2 weeks. Like, dude, as soon as I got the PC, just been grinding that CS:GO, you know? CS:GO and fucking. I
got my first S on League yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if you're familiar with how the grading is. It's like C, B, A, and then S minus is usually what you get when you have a great game. But if you have like a monster game, you'll get an S. And I went 25, 3, and 18 on Jinx. I literally the best game I've ever had. I'm still kind of new to the game. I've only been playing it for a month or whatever. I'm not going to become super sweaty or anything, but I like playing it every once in a while.
League of Legends?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I got to download that.
There's no point in becoming super sweaty at the game because it's been out for 10 fucking years and there's so many guys that are just lords at it.
Yeah. I got to download it. We got to play that.
Yeah.
Raiders upset of the week. Yeah, there you go. That's my man. There you go. Pick 2 for wide receiver, Thomas, Claypool. Go with the first 2.
I'll tell you what my parlay was. I did a 5-team parlay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So we got and what I've been doing is handicapping my parlays by taking each individual bet as well. So I'll bet $10 on a parlay and then I'll bet $5 on each individual game, because normally what happens is I'll go 4 for 5 on a parlay like that. And then if I handicap them by betting $5 on each of the same things, then if I go 4 for 5, then I at least got quite a bit of cash out, right? But here's what my 5-team parlay was. Cincinnati Bengals money line plus 105 against the Washington football team. Tennessee Titans money line plus 220 against the Baltimore Ravens. Green Bay Packers money line even money against the Colts. It seemed I was like, why is it even money? Either way. Crazy. Tampa Bay Buccaneers minus 4.5 against the Rams. We own the Rams. It's just how it is. I don't know what it is about us. We just own the Rams. And then Houston Texans, I bought a point plus 3.5 over the Patriots.
Looks good. All right, let's get here.
That's $10 bet, pays $397 if I get it, by the way.
I have a $5 bet for touchdown scores this week. I'll read it out to you guys right now. But it's basically a 7-part parlay. I actually put it on Twitter. I was talking with Animal on it, because you know how Animal always does his freaking touchdown scores thing. I'm like, you know what, let me try one. So I put $5 down, but the odds were crazy good because it was a 7-parter, right? Let me pull it up right now. So one of them was Gio Bernard to score. I think that's a pretty good bet.
I'm not good at touchdown dance on Monkey Knife Fight and stuff. I'm not good at it.
Okay,
touchdowns are hard to predict, man.
Except for when it comes to this guy, Alvin Kamara minus 200. I picked him to
Yeah,
score.
I need a big
against the
game out of
Falcons.
him. I got a critical
Same.
matchup in my home league.
Same.
So I'm currently 6-4, but I have by far the most points for out of like the two other 6-4 teams. And second place is 7-3, and first place is 8-2. 7-3 this week is playing another 6-4 team who has like a good lineup. Like he has Gio Bernard, who's going to be starting. Like he's got a lot of lucky breaks where he's got Chase Claypool too. Like he's got a lot of good matchups and stuff. So if that guy beats the 7-3 team, I'm going to be 7-3 probably because I'm playing the worst place team in the league. Yeah, so I'm going to probably win this week. And I have more points for than that guy. So if we have the same record, I'm going to be in second place. And that obviously it's 6 teams make the playoffs. So it's for a bye that I'm playing for right now.
Is your tiebreaker points scored or is it
points for? Points for.
Oh wow, over head to head, eh?
Over head to head, yeah. I think it's more indicative. I'm not the commissioner. I'm like the co-commissioner kind of because the guy who started the league, he was in it longer than I was. But as I've gotten better at fantasy and more into fantasy, I've kind of become the co-commissioner. But he's like, do we want to do head to head or points for? I'm like points for because there's an inordinate amount of times you're going to be playing each other throughout the season. So you might play someone twice and then you'll have a 1-1 record against them. A head to head, it's like it's just dumb to me. Points for is more indicative of how good your team is because then you didn't just get screwed over by having guys pop off against you.
Mine, my current league right now, it starts with common record. So like if there's multiple teams, like say there's 3 teams tied for like the last playoff spot.
Like who beat the better teams?
Yeah. No, it'd be like the common record between those 3 teams. So like if they each played each other once or one team played each other twice, like your cumulative record in those games. Then if there's 2 teams tied after that, then it would go to head to head. And then after that, if like everything else is tied, then it would go to points for. So yeah, it's different, but you know, also this is the touchdown bet I have. So Alvin Kamara score against the Falcons, Giovanni Bernard to score against the football team this week, minus 110. Then I have Hawkinson to score against the Panthers. I have Kareem Hunt to score against the Eagles in a very mucky type game. I could see him catching a dump off and taking it to the house or fucking anything like that for that matter. Yeah. Plus, he's gotten some goal line work. DJ Chark to score against the Steelers. Again, we were talking about we're talking about like the potential game script of this game. Like, definitely see that. Ronald Jones to score against the Rams. We know that the Bucs own the Rams, as you mentioned. I do think Ronald Jones gets in the end on this
work. Yeah.
And then this one's a little bit guttier.
He had one of his best games of the season last year against the Rams. Yeah. He had, I think he had like a pretty solid game. He had like 85 yards rushing on like 12 carries or something, but he also had like 2 runs that were like 45-yard plus, get called back by holding penalties, and he also had like a rushing touchdown in that game. He had a pretty good game in that one.
There you go. And this one's a little guttier. I have Pittman scoring against the Packers. So that's a 7-part parlay. $5 returns 1,300. So yeah.
I know. I love doing bets like that. I'm not like one of those guys that bets like $100 on like minus 110 on like a spread or something. I like doing the low risk money. Like give me a big time parlay.
Yeah, for sure. And I also when the Cowboys were like 3 games back or like 2 games back or whatever, they're the furthest back they were in the NFC East. I put $5 down on them winning the division just because I have a weird feeling that they want to win games and it makes me sick. So I'm like, okay, at least if they do win games, you know, I make $45 on a $5 bet, like whatever.
Yeah. Like, the biggest bet I've ever made was like I put $50 on Orange Gatorade for the Super Bowl. That cashed out too, plus 600.
That's blessed.
Yeah. On a $50 bet, I was like, let's fucking go. Like that was elite.
Yeah. Damn. So he says Gibson or Hines. Give me Gibson there, Carl.
Yeah. And I lost all my other Super Bowl bets, like who I bet on, MVP bets, all that kind of stuff. And then at the very end of the game, I get bailed out by the Gatorade color.
That's fucked. Oh yeah, I had a $50 Super Bowl MVP bet on Deebo Samuel winning MVP.
I had one on. I think I had I can't remember who I had the bet on, but I think I had a $50 bet on like a very low underdog, San Fran and Kansas City. Oh, I think I had it on Tyrann Mathieu.
Dude, I forget what the odds were.
It was high. Like I was like, if it was a $50 bet, I think I would have won like $2,000.
Yeah, I think the Deebo one, if I hit it, I would have made like $1,500. Like it was plus like 3,000 or 30,000 or whatever. It was fucking huge. Yeah. If my Raiders, hopefully not for your guys' sake. Should I pick up Brandon? Yes,
absolutely.
Not for this. Yeah, absolutely. Jacobs, Gurley, Bellagio, Johnson start 2. Pick up Jacobs and Bellage or Gio. Sorry for me, my bad. Not Bellage.
Not Bellage. Absolutely not Bellage.
Yeah. Yeah, I would just start the Colts DST. Like I would.
Yeah,
need
I
one
would. I think they're DST1 right now, aren't
I
they?
believe so.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I think they're a weekly start regardless of who they're playing.
Agreed. Like they're that good of a defense. Should I be worried to start Michael Thomas? I don't think so. I mean, temper maybe expectations. If you expect him to be like the number one overall receiver like last year, I temper that. I'd expect him to more so be in like that 5 to 8 type range, as I mentioned. And in this matchup against the Falcons, I know it's Taysom Hill, but Taysom Hill ain't stupid. Taysom Hill knows the 2 best players on the Saints offense are going to be Alvin Kamara and Michael Thomas.
I really
And
hope he doesn't ruin Alvin Kamara for me this week.
God, I hope not, bro. I hope not. Hey, what's up, guys? Who should I flex? Ridley. Ridley. Don't have to read anything more.
Yeah.
Chris says, pick 2 for wide receiver: Thomas, Claypool, Jones, Robbie Anderson, full PPR. Give me the first 2 there. Unless that's Mike Thomas for the Bengals. I'm kidding. Pick 3 full PPR. Jackson. Justin Jackson's hurt.
Yeah.
Am I missing something?
I can't think of another Jackson.
either
Unless it's
way,
supposed to be Justin Jefferson. I don't know.
Give me Thomas, McLaurin, and Chark.
Yeah, I'll take those. And if you meant to write Justin Jefferson there, then I would take Mike Thomas, Justin Jefferson, Terry McLaurin. But
Yeah,
if that's not Justin Jefferson, then I would take Thomas, Chark, and McLaurin.
Yeah, there you go. Let's catch up a little bit. My bad. How do you feel about Tyler Boyd? I would start all those other receivers over him. Also for my quarterback, Ryan or Brady, give me Ryan. Baltimore, Washington. Give me. So who does Baltimore play this week again?
Baltimore's got Tennessee.
Who would you start here? I'm still thinking the Bucks.
I'll take the Bucks just because they're the best defense there.
Yeah, I agree there.
Well, actually, I don't know. Baltimore's a good defense too, but the Rams' offense scares me a lot less than the Titans does.
Assuming that's Michael Thomas, give me Michael Thomas there, Mo.
Yep.
I'll try to get both in your lineup though, possible. Flex Higgins or Adrian Peterson, give me T Higgins there. All right, brothers, got a hopper. Yeah, I'm still waiting mine to like fix its bugs for whatever reason. I want to play so bad, but whatever. I don't know what's wrong with my.
I'm kind of just like chilling until Nuketown comes out. I've kind of played the like what I need to play right now, and then I'm just like, okay, I'll wait till Nuketown comes out, and then when Warzone comes out too, I'll be more into it.
Fair. Who am I sleeping on, Owen?
Could be sleeping. He might be sleeping on Justin Jefferson. I don't know.
Oh, maybe. I need 1 full PPR. Amari, AB, Woods, Duke. Give me.
I'll take Duke there.
Yeah. Hines or Duke can't play, so I have to give me Duke there.
Yeah, I'll take Duke.
Even Duke over Ahmed.
Yeah.
Cup, Boyd, Myers. Pick 1 full PPR. Give me Cup.
Yep.
Thielen, Harris, Balaj, Hunt, flex spot. Give me Kareem
Hunt.
Don't worry, we got back to it, Jared. Justin Jefferson for me there, Javon.
Yep.
AP or carry on. I was hoping to start Swift, but he's out. Give me.
This is a hard decision, man.
If it's full
I don't even know the scoring format, to be honest.
Yeah, I was gonna say if it's full PPR, I'd go with carry on. If it's half or Sander, to go with AP.
Yeah, I agree.
Andre says Balaj versus Jets or Gibson versus Cincinnati. I think it's just too cute to sit Gibson there.
Yeah, me too.
Javon, yeah, with the Henry versus Kamara.
Yeah, it could be.
Myers, Moore, Crowder, Lamb, flex, full PPR. Out of those options, I'm leaning Crowder in full PPR. I talked about his target output for 4 out of the 5 games he's had.
I think I'd play DJ Moore over him.
That's fair. Gronk or Andrews. I think I have Andrews like 1 spot higher right now. So
yeah, I have Andrews a bit higher too. The matchup against Tennessee is a lot easier.
I have Andrews at 4 and Gronk at 5. So there you go.
I think I have the exact same thing.
Yeah, or maybe maybe DFS. Yeah, that could make sense. Let's see Dynasty rookie mock. Yes, for sure, Nathan. Stay tuned for that. That's gonna be some fun.
We're gonna be going really in depth with the rookies. It'll be fun. Last year we started this channel in March, so we were kind of like, oh man, we're like behind right now. We need to watch a lot of film on these guys and like get caught up and stuff. But this with us going, we might take a little a small break after the season, like a week or whatever, of putting a video out or something, like 1 video out, and then right after that we're getting right into rookie content and dynasty stuff.
Yep, fully agree. Give me Robbie Anderson over Reagor. Sherman's last year in the Bay, potentially. Yeah, we could definitely see that. I do think that they're going to take.
I don't really know where Sherman's going to go. If he's is he going to be a high? He kind of seems like a Darrelle Revis at the end of his career kind of thing. If he's out of San Francisco,
the only like it's crazy, but the only real spot in terms of scheme fit that really makes sense in my opinion would be the fucking Seahawks. Like if
Do
he's
they
going
still
anywhere,
run that scheme though?
I don't fucking know,
I don't
man.
think they run that scheme anymore.
I mean,
Teams have figured that out, man. Like you see friggin' Atlanta, like Atlanta can't cover anyone because they still run the Seahawks cover 3 scheme. It's like once like 2014 came along, it's like people know how to beat Tampa 2. Like you can't play Tampa 2 anymore.
Yeah, just ask the Cowboys.
Yeah, exactly. Just ask the Buccaneers, like Mike Smith's defense.
That's fair.
By 2017, you're still playing Tampa 2. Everyone knows how to fucking beat it.
Wow, so it's 4 points if you get 5 catches. If that's the case, give me Tyler Boyd because I trust his output over Jerry Jeudy's.
Yeah, me too. That is a really odd scoring format.
Pick
Adam Humphries must be elite in that league.
I don't want to. Oh my god!
I'm sitting James Robinson.
That's what I'm thinking. That's fucked.
Yeah. When you have that good of options, you got to go with ceiling, and I think Thielen and Claypool will have the ceiling over Robinson against the Steelers.
Agreed. Jones, Zeke, pick 3. So go with the first 3.
Yeah, I guess.
Thinking about Zeke versus Bernard, eh?
Yeah, that's the toss up. I do think I would go Zeke slightly, just because I think this offense goes from an 8 points per game offense to like a 18. Yeah. With Dalton in it.
Yeah, agreed. Hooper or Logan Thomas standard. Give me.
I'll take Austin Hooper even regardless of the weather. I don't think Logan Thomas is anything you want to be starting. Logan Thomas on 8 targets. I'll take Austin Hooper on 4. Like
I got Hooper like 2 spots higher right now.
Yeah.
Lastly, Will Lutz or Harrison. Wow, you're chilling. You got 2 really good kickers. I'll go with Butker considering Taysom Hill's the quarterback.
Yeah, I don't really know what you would do in that situation. I would honestly just like
trade like McLaurin, or like if you have McLaurin, trade like McLaurin and Lutz for like fucking like Keenan Allen.
Yeah.
Robinson or Gibson, still can't decide. I would go with Robinson there, Miles. T. Higgins or MT, look at this year alone. I'm still going with MT. Tannehill, Taysom Hill, Joe Flacco, or Andy Dalton. I'll go with Tannehill there.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, Goddard or Schultz at tight end? Give me Goddard there, Josh. What's up, y'all? 3-part question. Pick 2. Godwin, Woods, Justin Jefferson. I'm sitting Woods there.
Yep.
Pick 2. Cam, Burrow, Brady, Rodgers. I'm sitting Burrow and Brady there.
Wait, hold on. Who does Burrow play again? Oh, Washington. Yeah, sit Burrow.
Yeah. And do I dare sit Henry?
I disagree with you on I'd say I'd start Brady over Rodgers.
Really, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that'd be a I think they're like
I honestly dude, I might play the 2 old guys instead of Cam.
That's fair.
I know Cam's matchups. Actually, no, fuck that. That's bad advice. I'll take Brady and Cam out of those guys.
Do not sit Henry for Balaja Gibson. Just promise me you won't do that.
Not.
Promise me. Hey guys, standard scoring, Brown or Ridley from a wide receiver 2. Give me Ridley there. What are your thoughts?
I'm looking at it. I'll take Brown.
Okay, there you go. CH or Boyd, full PPR. Give me CH.
Yep.
Flex, Marvin Hall or Renfro, D-Rob. Wow. I'll go with Marvin Hall.
I'll take Marvin Hall there, but Demarcus Robinson's kind of interesting too.
Yeah, for sure. Michael Thomas over Justin Jefferson. Yeah, if you can play
both, yeah.
But I mean,
you're probably sitting Nick Chubb if you do that, so probably don't do that. But depending on who your other options are, I'll play both if you can.
Even though you said Claypool over to Hill, I think, heck, do what you got to do if you want to have fun, man. Like I would start Claypool, but like.
I personally, I think you're gonna regret that because there's a chance that Taysom Hill bums out and Jameis Winston's in the game at halftime. I don't think there's any chance Chase Claypool has a bad game this week. With Jaguars' top 2 corners out and what was already a great matchup, I think Chase Claypool catches a bomb this week.
Yeah, I agree. D4 Taysom, the Swiss Army. D4. Who am I fucking convinced? Lasardo. Who's D4? I'm completely blanking right now.
Or Taysom Hill. I'm guessing it's a quarterback.
Derek Carr.
Oh yeah, Derek Carr. Yeah.
That's close.
I'll take Derek Carr.
Yeah. Fuck it. Sanders or Bucker? Give me Bucker there. Forgot to mention Henry is my. I just go with Henry, man. I trust his. Overall touch workload a lot more.
For sure.
My other positions are Fulgham and Antonio Brown and Chase Claypool.
Fulgham, I don't know why I laughed at that. That was kind of funny.
Fulgham or Anantio.
Yeah. Yeah. If you guys have already not liked the video, could you go ahead and do that? S'il vous plaît.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Just kidding. I don't actually know French.
I would go with Thomas and Jefferson over both.
Oh, DeForest Watson, not Derek Carr.
Oh, yeah, I just that.
They're both of their names start with D, and they're both number 4. So, what do you want from us, Lasardo?
But yeah, I would start both Jefferson and Thomas over both those guys, Javon. I'd start Claypool over both of them as well. Balaj or Fuller? Give me Fuller.
Yeah.
Watson. Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson doesn't leave your lineup.
Yeah, no, he doesn't.
Even like again, the Patriots defense ain't good.
Yeah, I agree. Los, look at him. He wants us to.
He wants us to put him on timeout,
huh? I'm fucking with him. Give me Myers there. I like CD a lot. Don't get me wrong, but I just trust Myers' situation a lot more, if you will. And Houston can't stop a fucking nosebleed. I know Minnesota's bad too, but they've actually been decently more. They've been better on defense, if you will, comparatively to what they were at the beginning of the year. So I'm gonna go with Myers there. I trust him more.
Yeah.
Carr who? Yeah. I hope you're not starting Carr. Give me.
I'll take Justin.
I'm going Godwin.
We can do that bet.
I already have
Ridley. Let's do Godwin. I'll bet against my own team. I don't care.
Fuck it. I'm gonna be gutty so that way it's more satisfying when Godwin wins out. We got to get a couple more before fucking 1 p.m.
Yeah, we do. We got any tight ends that we disagree on or something? Actually, no. We always have the same exact tight end discrepancies.
Pretty much.
So
let's go running back.
You want to go Brady versus Rodgers? We already kind of disagreed on that.
They're literally so close for me, anyways. They're
they're 10 and 11 in my rankings. So
yeah, they're 10 11 for me too.
You know what's funny is that I have Cam at 9.
I do too.
I was like, I don't know if I'd start the 2 old guys. I literally have Cam 1 spot higher than.
Fuck. What else? So let's do it quick. What about
where you got Cousins? I have Cousins pretty high.
I got him okay. I think at 17.
I'm at 14.
I mean, the guys around him are all the fucking same, pretty much.
Yeah.
Tannehill, Stafford, Wentz, whatever. Let's look at receivers real quick, or running backs, whatever. You look at running backs, I look at receivers, okay?
Okay. I have Gibson lower than you. You want to go Gibson versus someone?
Sure.
I'll take Gibson versus CH. You want to do that?
I have Gibson one spot higher, so let's do that.
Yeah, awesome.
I don't even know what the score is right now. I think I'm up 10-7. It's fucking such a crapshoot recently. You want to do one fun? Fucking yeah. Where do you have Aaron Jones? Because I know you said you were higher on him on the Start Shit show or ranking show.
I'm at 7.
Oh, okay. I thought you had him at 4 or 5. That's what I was going to say.
Higher on him being that I have him out of because we don't do the top 7 on the rankings, so he's not in the picture.
Oh, got you. Yeah, because I was gonna say I would have done Josh Jacobs versus him.
No, I have Jacobs at 5.
Ooh, who do you have higher, Julio or Michael Thomas?
Probably Julio. Or
yeah,
I don't even know.
What about
No, I have Thomas higher.
Want to do that?
I'm not really confident in it.
Okay, no, I'll go then. Because I have Julio 4, Michael Thomas at 5.
I'll take Claypool versus someone. You want to go get? I'll take Claypool versus a lot of people here.
Would you take Claypool versus Keenan?
No, I have Keenan at 6.
I have Claypool at fucking 10 right now.
Yeah.
I have Claypool at 10. Who do you have? Where do you have Deontay Johnson?
I think I have him the lowest of all the Steelers receivers.
Really?
No, I do not. I have him at 15.
I have him at 13. Ooh, where do you have EJ Brown?
14. 1 spot higher than Deontay.
Okay. If you want to do that, if not, it's fucking
back
anyways. It's too close.
Let's do a quarterback one. Where do you have Deshaun Watson? I have him at 6.
I have Deshaun Watson at 7.
You have Ben at 6? You want to go Ben versus Deshaun? Let's do it.
That's so fucking jokes. Why are our rankings so similar? Don't kill me.
Cursory look over my lineups here, make sure I don't have any random injuries or something.
Oh, where do you have Hayden Hurst?
I have him pretty low, actually.
Where?
Like 11.
I have him at 6. So that's got to be one. You want to do Hurst versus Jonnu?
Okay.
All right.
My guys. Battle of the my guys.
Yeah, there you go. Sorry, let's get into a couple questions. What time is it? 12:57. Let's get these real quick, and then yeah. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you would not forgive yourself if you started him over Claypool, and then Claypool popped off and Taysom.
You just changed my mind, yeah.
Give me Ruggs there. Love you guys. Hope I win this week. Good luck with you, Javon. See ya. Peace out. Flex full PPR, one ticked. Yeah, Claypool's the answer there, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'll take Claypool there.
Yeah. Have a good you too, Nathan. Good luck this week. Do you think Taysom will establish himself as a starter until
No. I think he's gonna bottom out in the first game. James is gonna start.
Yeah. I think Wentz is gonna come in sometime this game. Claypool there.
I could eat those words, but I don't think I'm going to.
Claypool there, Drew. What is the news with Swift? He is not playing in this game, so yeah. So I have one game on one monitor, and then I have Red Zone on the other.
Yeah, I tend to go like 2 games. I have 3 monitors, so I go Red Zone on my TV behind me, and then I'll go I have 3 screens, not 3 monitors.
Yeah.
I have Red Zone on my TV behind me, and then I have usually whatever game I have the most fantasy players in, or if it's the Bucks are playing, then I'll put the Bucks game on one of them, and then I'll put my like whatever other game interests me on the other one. So I usually get during the 1 p.m. slate, I usually have Red Zone and 2 games going, and then in the 4 p.m. slate, I can usually get, if there's only 3 games, I can just have all 3 of them on at once.
Yep, I agree there. Mike Davis for me in half PPR there. See y'all tomorrow. Good luck, Spicy Hot. And but Bucks will never touch the Saints. Ooh.
Yeah, okay. Tell that to your quarterback's 11 cracked ribs.
Boom.
I cannot wait for. Let's just put it this way: you guys beat us twice during the regular season. If we meet you in the playoffs, and I think it's going to happen, this time we're going to win.
Yeah, I agree.
I still think Marpet was a huge deal not being in that game.
Oh, definitely. I mean, he's a top 3 left guard in the league. Like,
yeah, we would have beat them week 1 had it not been for like a couple turnovers and stuff like that. So I would probably say that Marpet being in, if we play them again in the playoffs, is helpful. Plus, New Orleans in the playoffs don't mix. So
yeah, that's jokes until we choke.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's head off and get ready for some football. Take it easy, guys. By the way, all my guys in my home league right now play at 1. All my guys.
You got a 1 o'clock showdown? I love those.
My whole fucking all my guys play at 1, and literally like all his team except for like 2 guys. He's got CH at 8:30 and like Amari at fucking 4:30. Everyone else plays at 1. So we're gonna basically know.
Are the Cowboys on Sunday Night Football?
No, 4:25.
Oh, okay.
Sunday Night Football's Chiefs versus Raiders.
Oh, right. Yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah, should be fun.
Yeah.
All right, take it easy, y'all. We're gonna